And we are live. Hello, thank you for showing up here today to stay with us for the Russian and the
Stay
free
with us? What kind
show.
of introduction?
Look
Let's
this.
do the introduction one time.
Look
and
at
this
this.
is what happens. Let's do the
I
introduction
thought
one
that
time.
he's gonna be crawling
Can you go down to
under.
your side, please?
Here we go. It's starting
Can
again.
you go on your side, please?
What do you want me to go out of the screen?
All right, we'll do a proper introduction. Welcome to the Russian and the Freak, episode number 14.
14.
This is a show with
The Russian
and the Freak. And today, the show, we're going to talk about the 24-hour hike we just did for fundraising for charity. We did it with the family and some friends and project graduates and actually some new people that we just met there. But every week, here on the Russian and the Freak, this show is how to maintain your equilibrium and function in a dysfunctional, fucked up world as a freak family in business and life so you could transform your chaotic complexity into your own personal normalcy. This is what it's all about. It's about how to win at business, family, life, and relationships. It's real world, real situations, and real relationships is what we're talking about here on the Russian and the Freak Show. And as always, we are bringing the fucking fire every second of every second. We are not accepting or making any excuses because no excuses is the way that we live. This is all about the Freak Code, living according to our Freak family code. You can see that up here on some of these videos. Instagrammers can see it, the Facebooks can't. But you can see we're living according to the Freak Code. We're going to go motherfucking freak mode on your asses here. Forget beast mode, we're going fucking freak mode. This is, again, shit you need to hear. This is no bullshit. This is straightforward, telling it like it is and how it should be. That's how you introduce the motherfucking
Yes,
show.
I was waiting.
Not, hi guys.
They need to hear you, right?
You're here
They
with
need to
us.
hear you.
You're here with us. Here with us for what?
For
You
this.
go in your
He
spot.
wants me to be out of
You're
the
gonna-
picture. You see, that's what we're talking about.
Those days are done. You don't have to. You no longer have to worry about sliding up and down the poles and doing the lap dances. Just go in your seat over there.
He is looking forward to this.
What is up with that shirt? What's going on with that shirt?
Look, this is how the girls dress nowadays.
Jesus.
They're showing the cleavage, right?
The what?
Right?
What are they showing?
The cleavage, right?
The Cleveland itch?
Right there.
Cleveland,
Okay.
Ohio
Anyway,
itch?
guys, let's be real here right now. We talking about the 24-hour hike. So, a few days ago, we were inviting you to do the hike with us.
You need to be in your. The whole point is to be here.
This is how I live my life, moving my seats all the time. Here we go. I'm right here. Good. So a few days ago, we were inviting all of you to show up and be with us for the 24-hour hike. We wanted to thank you for those of you who did donation, who showed up and be with us at the hike. And we've been talking about this hike for a week because there's been so many lessons with this hike. So we're gonna start, Steve. Let's start with you. How did you?
Oh God, here we go again. The fucking Oprah interrogation. Like if fucking Sherlock Holmes and Oprah and Dr. Phil had a three-way fucking love triangle, that's what you'd become. Mixed in with some Nazi fucking Russian stuff.
Yes, because this thing shows up.
All of a
anytime.
sudden now, what do you mean start with? What do you think this is again?
be
This is like the
interviewing you.
interrogation, interviewing me. I didn't sign up for this shit. We're just supposed to go talk about some challenges. Now all of a sudden you're going to start with me.
I'm gonna be digging deep.
What do you have on your little booklet there?
I have very.
I don't see that on
Listen.
any other. You came with your own notes and your own questions.
No,
all right, let's go.
No.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's hear your fucking questions. Come on, let's go.
No, there is no questions. I'm joking.
Start your interrogation.
No, there is no interrogation, but you never know. It can come out. No, guys, the 24-hour hike. This was for the first time we did this hike having other people around us. They were actually. What are you looking at?
Just
You can just look right now here.
Just
You don't need to go into the
It's a
the
different
screen.
angle.
He's discovering maybe something that he's never seen before. Guys, we have actual people with us during this challenge. So this was a little bit different than...
What is this?
What? It's my eyelash.
All right.
You're talking about... You wanted to talk about my eyelashes? Okay, let's talk
go.
about your eyebrows. Look at this.
Okay, but that's just the way they are.
That's how they are.
It's not all goopified.
Goopified.
All right, let's go.
We're getting distracted. So this was something, it was such a unique experience having people with us on that hike, being together as a team, and just supporting one another throughout that 24 hours, because we did not know how we're gonna bite this. We were just prepared, as we told you guys. We were doing the shared Google Drive keep file, so we could go back and forth and see what we are missing, what it's on our list. And let me tell you, we kind of overlooked this. We didn't really. We had this idea in our head what we're gonna bring, and that's what we did. But yet, having these people actually with us save us at some point, and I will talk about this later. But just the fact that we have people engaging and supporting one another throughout the 24-hour hike, it was absolutely incredible. So I
was reviewing some your notes that you were talking about this show on your Google Keep that you keep talking about. They don't know what Google Keep is. It's just a shared file.
No, it's just
what Google Keep means.
Yeah, but we were talking. We wanted to help them and
remember that. But I saw something on one of your files. I saw one of your files talking about the lessons you learned. It was something about the guys from the Navy and their sacks. What lesson did you learn about the guys from the Navy and their sacks?
Okay, no, that was just a separate thing.
But what about their sacks? Did you help them with their sacks?
No. All right, let's go step by step.
One of them was walking. Didn't one of them say he had boxers on? He was like getting like rubbed on the inside of his thigh. So you helped him with his sack?
I don't know.
What did you do with his sack?
No.
Did you hold it for him while he was cradle it while he was hiking? What were you doing with his sack?
Let me tell you, being with him on the show, you never know what's gonna come out.
But I saw that in your notes.
There was nothing to do with any socks. It was actual socks. You're confusing people.
Sacks or socks?
Socks.
Like they go on your feet.
Yes.
So those are socks, not sacks.
Okay. As long as I know.
So on the notes, she was helping the Navy guys struggle with their struggling sacks. Because their sacks were getting soggy and sweaty and salty. So she was helping the Navy guys that were there with us. We met some Navy guys that came with a Project Graduate who was also currently in the Navy. The 3 active duty Navy guys did with us. But apparently they needed some assistance with their sacks. And she was clearly helping them with their sweaty sacks.
No.
Good job. That's a very hospitability of you.
Hospitability.
What the fuck the word is.
No. We're gonna go into this, but just the fact that how it wasn't about who's gonna finish first. It was all about doing it together. And as we started at noontime on Saturday, we finished the next day on Sunday at noontime. It was 24 hours. Now, as we were saying to you guys, this is a 24-hour hike. Some of you were sending us messages asking, okay, 24 hours, we're going into the woods for 24 hours straight. And there were woods, there was Chino Hills Park, but the park is just 3 miles long. So you go one direction, you top the pole, and then you're coming back into the parking lot where our cars are, right? So being really clear on the description helped so many people really thinking, okay, I'm just gonna show up and do this. So I think being clear on that message with anything in life, anything that you do, is very important lesson that we have learned. When you give somebody description, when you give somebody information, be very clear, because I've made so many mistakes being unclear or with not enough description of something, because in our head, when we receive the information, sometimes can show up in a totally different way. So going back and forth on that 3-mile hike, let me tell you, the pain hit pretty early, but the pain traveled throughout my body. I don't know how it was with you, Steve. You were walking with broken tone and freaking not flip-flops, but you had these open sandals. I don't know still how you managed to do that. That was kind of crazy to do that hike for 24 hours. Maybe you can tell people how you accomplished that hike, because
it's a scientific scientific strategy I used. I did some deep studying and research. I looked at the studies and the works of Gandhi and Christopher Columbus and all the greats and Martin Luther King, and I did all the great studies, and I decided to not be a fucking pussy and to not be a little bitch and just fucking do it. I said we're doing it and we're gonna do it. Whatever. If I have to only fuck my leg up for a couple of months to do it, we'll fuck my leg up for a couple of months and do it. Whatever we gotta do. And that's what we did. So
yeah, so he was walking with these sandals for a pretty much long the whole hike. Sometimes he would switch. I think sometimes we would switch with the regular
the running sneakers.
Yeah, and that's what we were doing. But in this whole entire 24 hours. But the thing is that we were trying to engage with one another, support one another. Each time after the lap, we would sit down or change the shoes and, help each other with giving snacks or water, being there for each other. And sometimes I know that there were moments when people would be like, okay, maybe a little bit longer break, but then somebody else would start getting ready and they would just push and go forward with the hike. So that was such an incredible experience having people. And let me tell you, what I've learned through this hike is really asking for help sometimes, because after my first lap, as I was walking, I started feeling the pain in my legs. I knew it that I'm getting these horrible blisters, and I'm like, what happened? Like, if after the first hike, and in my head I'm start thinking, okay, how am I gonna accomplish 24 hours? Like, I'm already feeling this pain going through my legs. What am I gonna do? And the moment that we finished, I removed my socks, removed my shoes, and one of the people that were there asked me, oh, okay, do you need something to help you? And I was like, yeah. So she gave me these band-aids. I put them on, and they were able to save me. And I also asked one of our members for this hike, had his socks, and I had to put my stinky feet in his socks.
She rubbed his sack with her feet. Some people have foot fetishes, sack fetishes. You combine them together, and you got sacks and feet all together. A big old fucking good old time out on the mountain. The sacks and the feet. Tickling the sack with the feet. I like that. Pretty good. It gets you whatever it takes to get through it, because it was a suffer fest and pain. So there's a saying, pain is weakness leaving the body. It's actually a term they use in the Marine Corps a lot, but I've come to determine that saying is bullshit, and I don't like that saying, because then once you hit pain, the workout, whatever you're working out, whatever you're doing a session, the workout doesn't fucking start until it gets hard, until you start struggling, until you gotta get out of breath, till your heart rate is up, till your muscles are sore, till the lactic acid is building up. The workout doesn't start, the success doesn't start until the fucking pain starts. And then when the pain starts, if you're sitting there waiting for the pain to end, you're gonna be fucked, and you're never gonna be able to survive. You're just gonna be stuck in that suffering state. Your mind's gonna be all fucked up, you're gonna be defeated, you're gonna quit, you're gonna stop, you're gonna fucking fail, you're gonna get crushed by your enemy. But if you stop telling yourself pain is weakness leaving the body, and it's gonna, or pain is only temporary. I used to even say that. The pain is temporary, and something, I would say, the change is forever or whatever.
Yeah, pain is temporary.
Or some shit like that. The results are forever or permanent. But I've come to the conclusion, and we're going to make this on a t-shirt. Pain is permanent. Pain is fucking permanent. The second you can get that in your head and come across that. So on the second fucking lap, my foot was already destroyed. It made my other leg fucked up from counterbalancing the weight. It was all fucked up, already bubble blisters, like popping, oozing all kinds of nasty yellow ooze out of it. After the second lap, it's like we're talking 2 hours into 24 hours. So the pain started. All right, perfect. Now the fucking game starts. Now we got to deal with 22 hours of fucking pain. This is what we're here for. I'm not here for 12 hours of warming up and 12 hours of pain. That's what a lot of the challenges are for. I want motherfucking 24 hours of pain. Pain is permanent. The second you can do that and get wrap your mind around that and realize, all right, this is going to be fucking pain. This is going to suck. This is going to be fucking suffering for this amount of time, and it's not going to go away until I stop or I quit. That's when you have those fucking breakthroughs. That's when you go take your whole fucking mind and your whole existence to another level. So fuck pain is weakness leaving the body. Fuck pain is temporary. Pain is fucking permanent. We're going to put that on a t-shirt, on our free code line of clothing. We've had clothing, well, the shorts that I'm wearing on right now for years. But we're upgrading the clothing line to the free code, and that's gonna be one of our upcoming shirts is going to be pain is permanent. The second you can understand that pain is permanent, everything becomes fucking easy. How can you be beaten? How can you be stopped? You can't be. You will just keep fucking going through the pain and used to it. So then when the world throws some shit at you, some painful day, some fucked up shit that happens throughout the day, you're ready for it. You're prepared for it. You're like, here I am, motherfucker. I've been waiting for you, ready to do it with a smile. Run into the fucking face and the mouth of the devil with a fucking smile on your face. Pain is fucking permanent.
Yes, and it was I would say it would transfer. It would change the position. Even as I was walking through this 24 hours, it would start in my legs and move to the calves. And eventually what happened, as Steve mentioned, I didn't even feel it. It was like I became numb to the pain. The whole goal was to finish this hike. It was keep on going. And for the first time, because we've done different challenges already, you some of you participated in a 24-hour push-up challenge online. We have some other gyms, right? Do you remember the gym that participate with us?
In Idaho. Yeah. Full body boot camp in Idaho.
Yeah. This time we have people with us, and we have also Cayman Islands with us, and they were doing their challenge. They were hiking out there, but I have to tell you, I became numb to the pain. It was just like the goal was there. Keep on moving, keep on pushing forward. Don't stop. And for the first time, I was not sleepy during this challenge. The only way that I had to stop, and sometimes in life you would have to pause and stop because there are circumstances happening. Like I had to stop because the kids wanted to stop. Ivanka at 2:30 decided that she wants to really relax and go to sleep. Tyson went to sleep. Then we have another young kid on board too with us. He went to sleep for a little bit because they showed up so late. So it doesn't matter what time show up and how you show up to the challenges, as long as you dare. Just show up. Just put your foot in the door, because so many of you procrastinate and never do anything with your life. So make sure that you just do this. Go against what the bitch side of you always tell you. Maybe don't do it. And I was so ready to keep on hiking. So I had to stop. I had to wait. But I didn't sleep for the first time, because in other challenges I would have like the 3 or 4 hours of sleep. I had a hard time to stay up, maybe because we were at home, but here we were outside. And then Steve at 6 a.m. asked me, hey, do you want to go and do another lap where I'm just gonna rest? But the reason why he asked me is because he was listening before what I wanted to do. I wanted to go up there in the mountain and greet the sun. I wanted to see the sunrise. So make sure that you are listening to your partner, what they say, because in between the lines, throughout your daily interactions, people say to you a lot of things, and in between the lines...
I knew she'd fall for that sunset bullshit. I was just looking to take a motherfucking break. So, you want to see the sunset? Go look at the
But you know what? Whatever you say...
But my plan...
For me, works.
When that was happening, when I was doing that, so I'm telling myself, all right, it's my event, whatever. If I sit out this one lap and take a recovery, I didn't sleep the whole time. I never stopped the entire time. We rest, we recover, we fuel up, water up, gear our stuff back up, get right back onto the road. So I didn't sleep or recover or stop or rest the entire time. Even on those breaks, some people would take a 5-minute, 10-minute little snooze. I like to stay up the entire fucking time for every one of these challenges. This is the first challenge we did with other people on top of that, so there was no way in hell I was going to go to sleep. So that break that we took, we were planning on taking a longer break at some point. So I figured, all right, this will be the time I take a little bit longer break, let her go do the little sunset thing.
Sunrise.
Whatever the fuck it was. But what a mistake that was, because first of all, I had to decide, telling myself, all right, I'll ask her if she wants to go do this, and I'll watch the kids because they were sleeping for that break. I'm going to fall behind the group and actually be a lap behind them. So I have to tell myself in my head, I may not do as many laps as the people who I invited here to come to my challenge. These are guys who I put through the project. I'm fucking torturing them and making them suffer. And now they're showing up to my event, my fundraiser, and I may end up doing less than them. So I had to kind of take my little bitch voice in my head and that little ego and say, all right, maybe you're not going to do as much. It's not what it's all about. You want to go see the fucking sunset? Go right ahead. And then, of course, that break is the worst thing that could happen. When I was going nonstop. So all that fucked up leg stuff and is fine. But once you stop is when you're fucking screwed. You stop and then get up to start it again. So that break almost made me shit my pants. Literally. Almost shit my damn pants. So let me tell you about that really quick. I'm sure you're very interested in the shit in my pants story. So,
because the bathrooms were closed and we had to go into the bushes. Okay,
you weren't even there.
Hold on, not you. I'm just saying.
You're gonna hijack my fucking shitting story?
No,
Don't take my shit story.
No, go ahead, knock yourself out.
So I'm there. The kids are sleeping in the car. I'm up doing some posts and sending posts, thanking the people that donated one by one on posts and tagging them and stuff like that. Getting some social media stuff done, posting some videos, some Instagram stuff for the challenge. While I'm waiting for them to come back for the lap, so I can go and try and take off and try and catch up because now I'm a lap behind most of the group. So I'm sitting there, the kids are asleep. We had been hiking the entire time. And when you're hiking, you're eating a lot and fueling yourself with like protein bars and supplements and whatever, trail mix, whatever the hell it is, Herbalife supplements, Truline supplements. You don't go to the bathroom since before we started. So now it's the middle of the night. Now that I stopped and ate, but it's like, okay, now it's time for us to actually digest some stuff instead of using it for fuel. Meanwhile, when you're hiking nonstop, you're eating, that shit's getting burned right out into fumes, into sweat.
The metabolism is crazy fast. I've never had this fast metabolism. This was something beyond anything.
But once you stop, everything slows down. So the muscles tighten up and lock up on you. But your body also says, all right, we're going to finally digest some of this stuff, and it's time to get rid of some of this you've been eating all fucking night. So I had to go to the bathroom real bad. I had to take a fucking massive dump, okay? And I'm sitting there, and the kids are sleeping. I'm like, all right, I can't leave them because there's an empty parking lot. The sun's not even up yet. That's creepers probably walking around.
There was a creeper. I saw him.
So I have to wake Tyson up, and I tell him, listen, I have to go to the bathroom because the gates were even locked to the park. So you couldn't even get into the park. I saw the gate finally opened up after I had to go to the bathroom so bad. I'm like, oh, it's like, thank God they opened up the gate to the park. So I wake Tyson up. I said, hey, you can still sleep. I'm just going to go to the bathroom just so you know if you get up that I'll be right back. He's like, all right. So I start going towards the bathroom, but now my leg is locked up. So now I'm hobbling in like slow motion, but have to go to the bathroom really fucking bad. So I'm like an old man trying to catch the bus without shitting himself and running down the street. And I can't make it. I'm like, I'm really going to shit myself walking over to this fucking bathroom. I'm going to shit myself. Get over there, get through the gates open, get all the way to the bathroom. And you know when you get, like when you're getting closer to go you're about to go to the bathroom, you got to take a leak really bad or whatever. And you know it's about to happen. So now it's really got to come out. It's really about to just come out. And so you barely whip it out to just in time as it sprays all over the place and hopefully make some of it make it into the toilet bowl when you're taking a piss. Like, cause your psychology knows you're about to finally take a piss.
It's crazy.
Well, that happens sometimes when you have all that food in you too. So I'm getting to the door. I'm like, yes. Get there. The fucking door to the bathroom is locked. I'm like, this ain't gonna end well. This shit ain't gonna end well. Literally, this shit ain't gonna end well. So I have to now start hobbling back to the car to go find some toilet paper. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to go shit in the fucking woods. I'm gonna have to go shit behind a bush. So I'm hobbling back, fucking stomach grumbling, really ready to shit myself. I wake Tyson up again. I tell him what happened. I'm like, I gotta go shit in a bush. And right when I'm ready to go that, I'm walking, trying to find a bush to go in, and there's some crackhead lady walking around. I'm like, fuck, I can't go shit in her house. So I have to go find somewhere else because I don't want to shit on her stuff. And
you mean
I see some dude with the golf cart thing for the park. And I wave him down and he comes over because I couldn't even make my way over to him at this point because between the legs locking up and just clenching my butt cheeks, this guy drives over in his golf cart and I'm like, when are you going to open that bathroom up? He's like, oh, I'm going to do it right now. So he did it. So luckily all ended well. But that was a story about the
bathroom story. But look how intense exercises speed up your metabolism. That's another lesson. Like, guys, make sure that you are staying active, because I would say, if you haven't done any kind of activity and you're gonna start 3-4 times a week, you're gonna see a huge difference in your life. So make sure you're putting this on your schedule, exercises. And I have to tell you, I've been like so grateful for every lap accomplished and making sure and thinking like, oh wow, another lap accomplished. Now we have this one to go, and constantly thinking in my head that I cannot stop, that this momentum keeps me going. So yes, when I stopped, it was harder, but I keep myself up because the coyotes was like something was going on at nighttime. So besides this, I had to like make sure when they would go into the woods that I'm like feeling and keeping myself safe. I know somebody is sent something over there, but I cannot read it. So Steve, can you read that?
I can't see.
Okay, so maybe we can come up a little bit closer and see what the post is. So guys, if you have any questions, of course, post it here. But asking for help, like I asked for help during this time in this hike. And that's when I mentioned when some of our guys gave me his socks, because otherwise I would not be able to accomplish this hike. And as much as the list that we made was, I had extra clothes and I took them, and for some reason I didn't take my best socks for the hike. And look, a little thing like this, then somebody else shows up and help you just by helping you right there, just helping you, and you can save the whole life, right? At this moment, that was that hike. Now we had plenty of stuff, plenty of snacks, plenty of water, and then for some reason the other group wasn't that much prepared. I don't know if the guys were thinking that they're gonna stay for a short time, one of the group, the Navy guys. But I'm so thankful that we got so much water that we were able to actually give it to them. And at one point they keep the car open and just helping them, getting them snacks and getting them water. And that's how it all pretty much rolled. So make sure that you share in life, like help people, give them advice, give them expertise, share what you have, because that's what makes us connected. Because on this hike, we really connected super good. And not only with the people that were there, with our kids. With our kids, the connection was absolutely amazing. I had to come up with an idea how to get Ivanka to do this hike, because she's only 7 years old, and Tyson is so different than her. He just is on, like, when he has a mission, he will do it. Like, he's like mini Steve. He will just go for it. With Ivanka, she is a little bit different. So I had to approach her in a little bit different way. And throughout that hike, we played a game. And I even said this on my other show a few days ago. We were playing that awesome game when she would start telling a story, and then she would pass the story on to me, and I would have to finish. And then another
that game
person
sucked because you wouldn't let me and Tyson play. You wouldn't let us play.
Hold on, and we let you play. But what happened is, what happened when you started playing the game?
I can't help it if in the story everyone ends up dying.
Okay,
because everyone dies in the story.
Exactly.
That happens a lot of times in movies. We were just going along like that's the way it goes. I can't help it if everyone died and there was a lot of blood and guts and death, murder, and destruction in your little fairy tales.
Exactly.
That's reality. That's the way it goes sometimes.
Yes, but we start the story. The whole idea is to go as long as we can. So it's complicated, it's twisted, it's crazy, and then you come along and you just kill everybody. It's guts and all over, and then Jeffrey the horse is killed.
That was entertaining. It was good, you know.
No, but that would be the end of the story, and I had to keep her going. So, sorry.
All right, so part of the time is connecting. You're connecting with other people, connecting with some strangers, or meeting new people, connecting with friends, connecting with people, guys from the project, and also then connecting with yourself. There's points where every lap, everyone needs to go at a different pace. You can't always stay together. There was at some points probably like 15 of us or even more. We were keeping a head count, make sure we didn't lose anyone in the woods. So we would stay in little mini groups because your pace goes at different paces. Sometimes I'll be with the kids. Sometimes I'll be with the project guys. Sometimes I'll be in the middle. Sometimes I'll be running back and forth between the groups, make sure no one's falling behind or left alone. So I'm kind of roaming around from group to group. And at one point, I'm stuck in between the two groups in the middle of the night. And I happened to not bring a flashlight that round because I started with a group that had a bunch of lights and headlamps, and it got dark. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. And I ended up by myself for a good 40-minute period of time. But that's also, you shouldn't really end up by yourself. I was making sure that there was always people with each other, so I would always keep people together. But then myself ended up by myself, so no one looked out for me. So thanks a lot, fuckers. Anyway, I could have fallen off into a ditch and shit myself, and all kinds of shit could have happened out there. But anyway, that time by yourself is as much as, again, you're in the pain and the suffering and all this other stuff that we're talking about, is tons of reflection going on. You're learning, you're finding out who the fuck you are, what the fuck you're made of, what your real potential is, what you're capable of. You start thinking about all these different ideas and thoughts, and I'm pulling out my phone and taking notes of shit that's going through my head. Some of it's sick and twisted. It might be about Jeffrey the fucking lion dying or whatever the fuck it is. But some of the notes that I'm going through afterwards, I don't even remember writing some of that shit. But some of it I'm like, oh, that's a good fucking idea. Or that's going to be a good post for social media. That's going to be a good story. That's going to be a good business idea. That's going to be a good t-shirt. You're going to come up with all kinds of creativity and breakthroughs. Once you're broken down, you're going to have those breakthroughs. It's a breakdown to have breakthroughs. Breakdown physically to have breakthroughs mentally, emotionally, socially, spiritually, financially, creativity, with your creativity. It's fucking breakthroughs. And it's all from the pain. I even created an acronym for pain while we were walking. I've actually used it in training for a group just yesterday, that I created in my head while we're there. And on pain, it was that pain is permanent. So the P for the pain is permanent. Pain is fucking permanent. You should expect to be permanent, not afraid of it, not running away from it, because you don't know how long it's going to last. Don't think it's temporary. Don't think it's going to be for a minute or for an hour or for a week or a fucking decade. Who knows how long it's going to be? Who gives a fuck? You're going to deal with it. You're a fucking savage. Pain is permanent. The P. That is what the P was for. The A is for attack. When the painful shit, the hard shit happens, fucking attack it. Go after it. Go all out. Attack it. Then the I was initiate it. Not only are you going to not avoid pain, you're not only going to run away from pain, you're going to initiate the pain. You're going to consciously, voluntarily find pain. And so you need to initiate pain. That's what the I was. And then the N, and the Russian already said it earlier, is numb. Become numb to the fucking pain. It's permanent. Attack it, initiate it, and it becomes fucking numb. And then you become unmotherfucking stoppable. You could become unpenetrable. You become fucking bulletproof. You have built-in fucking armor that you can't be broken through. Someone told me when I got into the fitness industry and then in the entrepreneurship world, they said, listen, kid, if you want to last in this game, you better grow thick skin real fast. That's what fucking pain is. Pain grows fucking thick reptilian skin that no one's gonna fucking break through. It becomes a bulletproof fucking armor.
It's like an armor, yes. And throughout that walk, throughout these painful experiences in our life, especially that walk, because you can relate to something in your life, but it just, you will realize, you will hear your thoughts, guys. You will realize how are you speaking to yourself and what is really running through your head. It's the craziest experience when you actually start like catching yourself. Okay, what am I thinking? Because it's quiet. It's in the middle of the night. The moon is shining. It's like the path. It's lit up for us. We had a moment that we were walking without the flashlights, and it was great to feel that. Obviously, for safety reasons, it's not the best, because one wrong step and your ankle is twisted. You don't want that. As flat as it can be, there are spots on that hike that are different, but there also throughout the journey, like certain moments would feel like so fast, and then some others would feel a little bit longer. And that's how it is when you're dealing with painful situations, and when you also get yourself like into that creative mode. That's when the change happens, and when you go so fast. So let me tell you what Ivanka said to me, and it was such a smart thing. She said, we have to come out with something creative. We have to do something different. So we will take the painful experience with my legs. She said, we have to do something so I will not think about my legs. And this is what 7 years old told me. That's how we went through this, guys. So when I share this story with some other people are like, oh my God, how did you do it? And they cannot believe it, because obviously they never done anything like this. But the point is that all of us can do this. All of us can do hard things. All of us can create, because humans have ability to create what we dream about. Like, think about what's around us. This tablet, this phone, this speaker, like whatever it is was created by us, not by animals. I mean, some humans are like not humans, like this one right here, that his bones are not like real bones, human bones. But no, all of us has the ability, and we wanted to underline today that all of you have it. It's just so many of you don't have that belief in you to achieve that. So what you need to do, you need to surround yourself by crazy individuals that are willing to push you forward, that are willing to propel you for the next level. Not people that will be nonstop doubting you. And I'm not saying questions are good. It's good to ask questions, but to be surrounded by people that will be like, yes, go for it, try it, not just like the other way around, right? So ask yourself today these questions: am I pushing hard enough? And am I really going into am I leading towards the pain? And I'm like, or trying to avoid this. What situations are you avoiding in your life right now? What are they? Like, answer yourself those questions, and maybe that you would come up with some really like aha.
Not only that,
moment.
what's on your calendar? What's on your calendar that's a challenge? What challenge you have? What hard shit you have on your calendar? What painful shit you have on your calendar? And I just was rethinking as I pulled up my notes. The A in pain was not, because I also came up with an acronym for hard. We'll get to that differently, about setting hard goals. But the A in hard was attack, to attack the hard goals. The A in the pain was for adversity. So it was permanent, adversity, initiate, and then numb. So the adversity, and that's really what you're saying. But where do you have adversity on your calendar? What have you scheduled that's going to be hard on your calendar? You're initiating, that you are volunteering to do, that's going to be fucking hard, that all month long, it's in the back of your head. Imagine that, having, and it's not to make you get stressed out or nervous or have anxiety. It's to keep you fucking sharp and focused, and to get your ass out of bed with fucking fire in your eyes every fucking day. So when your feet hit the floor, you're just off to the races every single morning, not dragging ass and in slow motion and sluggish and taking 20 minutes. Someone told me they take 20 minutes to get going in the morning. What a waste of fucking life. Imagine 20 minutes times 5 days a week. Forget about the fucking weekend. 20 minutes, Monday through Friday. It's a fucking 100 minutes. It's an hour and 40 minutes a week. 100 minutes a week. You times that by a year, that's 5,200 minutes in a year. You could build a fucking business, $1 million business in that amount of time. And speaking of building businesses, and if you think of these challenges we did, and put these tough challenges on your calendar. We've done a push-up challenge, 24 hours. We've done weightlifting challenge, bench press a whale for 24 hours. We did a 24-hour bike ride, and now a 24-hour hike. In those times, these different ideas and thoughts and lessons and reflections and business ideas and creativity that has been sparked in the middle of the night when there's bone on bone grinding that makes you really go deep and dark and internal, we've literally probably made, I don't even know, not that that's what it's about, but probably have turned that into hundreds of thousands of dollars in business ideas and creativity and marketing campaigns and things like that were created just during these 24-hour challenges. Also, on top of that, we've raised thousands of dollars for charities, because there usually are for a charity, for a fundraiser. So talk about a fucking win-win. Like, you become tougher, you connect with friends and family, you connect with your fucking self on the highest, deepest, darkest level. Like, you meet your dark passenger on these challenges. Everyone's got that fucking darkness inside of them. You meet that dark passenger, and all right, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to cave in and give into it, or are you going to fucking use that as a weapon? Use that to weaponize it. Weaponize your darkness. Weaponize it. Don't use it as a weakness. Fucking weaponize that shit. Weaponize the pain.
Weaponize the pain. You better write this down.
Weaponize
the
adversity.
Because I will forget.
Until it becomes fucking numb. Till it becomes numb. Like, we finished the 24-hour challenge, and I talked about this yesterday with the kids I do the show with the kids every Wednesday called Breaking the Cycle. We talked about it yesterday. We finished the challenge. We were just done. And I asked Tyson, we were done, you think you could do another lap? He's like, no. And he paused for a second, and he said, actually, yeah, I could do another one. It'll be hard, but I could do it. I said, what if we had to start the 24 hours over right now? Can you do it? He's like, oh my God, no way, no. And he said, actually, yeah, I could. You fucking can. The second you think you're done, you just got fucking started. The second you feel the pain, the game just started. The game doesn't start till the pain starts.
Because you can always get that fire going. Remember, when the fire goes down, you put a little flames in it. You put a little wood in it, right? And the flames go up. So that's how it is. That fire, you need to refire yourself. But the weaponize, is that a word? It didn't even want to write it for me. It was like weird. It didn't want to catch on it.
So to finish this off, the way we finished off the hike was, all right, so we're done. I took a very short break on one of the rounds after I got over that, the movement back in my legs from taking that little recovery time while they took a lap for the little fucking sunflower and sunrises and shit. I had a chance. The other group took a pretty long break because they were pretty shot. I had a chance to catch up and make up a lap, and I had enough juice in me as much as fucked up my legs were. There was a way I could have done it, But then I said, all right, this is the last lap. Probably 75%. We were probably not together. The whole family's not together. Probably
we were not. We were so not. Yeah, we were.
At least 75% of it, because you break off. You're in different groups. We would start every round together, but you end up drifting. You have to get in a flow. You really can't slow up and stop and start. You have to get. You're going to be fucked if you do that. So you have to go at your own kind of flow, your own pace, and then each round we would all regroup at the end. So if you got done sooner, you actually would get a longer break. We would start every single round together, the whole entire group, which was pretty cool. This became an unwritten thing that we just did. But the final lap, I had a chance to catch up. Even after the whole taking a break and shit myself incident, I had a chance to catch up because the other group was almost done. There was only about an hour and a half left, or 2 hours left, I think, at this point. Yeah, about 2 hours left. So I could have done a lap and gotten back and then went and done the final lap with the group. What that would have done was kept us split apart again. So I had to think again, all right, we haven't done anything. The whole family together hasn't done it. So we said, fuck it. We're going to decide. We're going to take a real slow last lap. That was my, I don't fucking know, 13th or 13th lap? 13. I think I did 13. They did 14. Yeah. Some of them did 13 and a half. Some of them did 14. I did 13. So that was my 13th lap. It took us probably 2 hours to do it. But it was just the four of us by ourselves. We ended up meeting the other group for the last like quarter mile. And then we all finished together as a big group. But just our freak family, the four of us, just did a slow lap, just screwing around, talking shit, cracking jokes, nice and slow, no pressure, no go faster because we're worried about a pace. It was done. We decided that was going to be our last lap. We fucking started it together. We were going to finish it together. So again, I had to make up the decision. All right, am I going to let my ego take over and run off and do this fucking extra lap and leave the family behind just so I could say, oh, I did 14 laps, the same amount that everyone else did? Fuck it. We decided to do a nice slow lap and just fuck around and have some fun. It still fucking sucked at that point, but it was worth it to miss the laps and have the people there that I brought there do more than me. I had a second chance to catch them, but fuck it. That was what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, and you know what? Our kids will never forget that. We never forget that, but this memory will stay with them forever. Who came in? Who did it? Who did what? How? What was going on? What happened? And it's gonna be absolutely incredible to ask them a few years later, and they will be remembering. And those are the experiences that you need to create in your life, guys. Someone today asked me, how can you get rid of this how can you get rid of the negative mind? You are in control over your mind. You are not your thoughts. They come and go. But you are the captain of your ship. So don't allow these negative thoughts. Don't allow them to occupy your mind. It's a training pattern. You gotta train your mind to think better, to think good, that you are capable of doing things. Make sure that you're doing things in a weekly basis that excites you, that you thrive on, that you have time for your hobbies, that you have time for your family, for your friends, that you do things in your life, that you work in a profession that you love. Because if think about it, how many hours you are at work. So many people work for someone here, and we have entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, if you are an entrepreneur, you do things that you love, period, the bottom line. But if you are working for someone and you're spending 8-12 hours at work and you hate the stuff that you're doing, it's time to really ask yourself a question. Like, do you want to waste your life like this? Or maybe it's time to do something that you want. Maybe you want to change your career. So it will make your life, like, you will feel alive, guys. There's not time right now to waste your life like this. And so many people forget that our environment has such a, it's like mirror effect on you. If you think about it, if you get up and you go to work and you're miserable, then you come home and you're just exhausted. You don't have time for your workout, for your good nutrition.
The point is, quit bullshitting. You have the same amount of hours in the day if you're a homeless crackhead or if you're a fucking billionaire. You have the same amount of day.
Straight to the point.
Quit bullshitting. Get up off your fucking ass. Make shit happen. Stop being afraid of the pain. Embrace the fucking pain. Go towards the pain. Initiate the pain. Make it become numb to the motherfucking pain. Drive towards it. Put something on your calendar every month. A challenge that you have that's going to keep you sharp, going to keep you focused, and get your ass up out of bed and make it happen.